love it chunky. It's fresh. Green onions. Butter, butter, butter. So today we are gonna make salmon, but we're not just gonna make any salmon. I get tired of the regular boring salmon where it's sauteed or it's grilled with salt and pepper, and people run out of ideas of what to do with their salmon. So I came in the kitchen one day, wanted to do something different, and I just put some stuff together and it was scrumptious. So I'm gonna share those ideas with you. The ingredients that we're starting with, of course, is the salmon. Then we have garlic, of course. I put garlic in everything, and garlic is so healthy. So even when you're being sinful, you can be good too at the same time. I've got some fresh ginger. We're gonna grate that up. I have salt, of course, kosher salt. Brown sugar. Okay, now we're getting a little sinful. We have some green onions. Some call these spring onions, some call these scallions. I call them green onions. We have pineapples. You don't have to use every ingredient that I'm naming, but the more fresh ingredients, the more flavorful the salmon dish is gonna be. Butter, butter, butter. I can't live without butter. So of course, butter goes in this dish. We also have olive oil. We have extra virgin olive oil, and that's gonna go when we're sauteing our salmon. And one of the key ingredients that makes it taste great and everything comes together is this naturally brewed, they call it Tamari, but it's Tamari soy sauce, and it's actually the natural version of soy sauce. I'm gonna start with the pineapple, and this is fresh pineapple, of course, and I'm just taking my pineapple and slicing it down. Okay, I'm gonna put those pineapples, push them over some, make some room, and I'm gonna chop the rest of the green onions here. So we're gonna start off by cutting off the tips, disposing of the tips. We don't wanna eat those. And then we are going to start slicing. You want thin slices of your green onion. And then the only other preparation that we need to do is the garlic and the ginger. And to save us some time, I've got a little mini chopper, and I'm going to put the garlic in whole pieces, get at least 10 cloves of garlic. I told you I love garlic, but you don't have to have 10 cloves. Now I'm gonna take the garlic and put it right in with the green onions. So I'm gonna put the chunks of ginger there. That's probably about maybe a tablespoon and a half of ginger. Ooh, this can wear you out. This is a lot of work. You're getting an arm workout. Yeah! Now we have our freshly chopped ginger. Look at that. Small pieces. The aroma of the ginger. I love it. Okay, we're gonna put all that together. It's time to get cooking. I'm gonna plug this pan in. It's a saute pan. So I'm gonna plug it in. And if you were sauteing this on the stove top, what you would do is you would turn your heat on medium to high heat at first, get your ingredients sauteed, and then you would turn it down. This, I'm gonna turn it up to 300 degrees. I'm gonna start off with a half a stick of butter. I know it seems like a lot, but it is sinfully good, and I am sinful right now. Now, a lot of times people think, oh, what do I season my salmon with? I need fish seasoning, I need this, I need that. No, you don't. That's all you need is salt. A little kosher salt goes a long way. All of these other ingredients will give you the flavor you're looking for. Once your butter is melted, we're gonna stir in some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, right into that butter. Look at that, doesn't that look good? That was about 2 tablespoons full of olive oil. Once the butter and olive oil are hot, we're gonna throw in the green onions. Oh, this smells yummy. You can't see the garlic or the ginger, but you can smell it. The next ingredient I'm going to add is the soy sauce. This is a 1/2 cup measurement. Now remember, soy sauce is salty. So what you want to do is, when you're salting your salmon, a few flakes of salt here and there. If you overdo it, you're going to have over-salted salmon. So just a few flakes here and there is plenty. Now once you start stirring that together, notice it's only brown because of the soy sauce. And we're just going to let that reduce down just a tad bit. What reducing is just bring the level of liquid down in the pan, okay? So it basically enhances the flavors. It gets all of the water. See that steam that's coming out? That's all the water coming out of the ingredients and out of the sauce, and then it just makes it more intense. Now I'm gonna add my favorite ingredient, a dry white wine. I don't use cooking white wine. That's the worst white wine to use. I use the kind of white wine that you would drink. This is one of my favorites here. I don't measure this. I would say maybe 1/2 cup, 3/4 of a cup. I'm just gonna go around the edges. Pour that white wine. Now imagine you're gonna get all the flavors of the wine, but the alcohol is gonna be reduced out. Okay, so after I added my wine, I turned the heat up just a tad bit because the wine brought the temperature down. So I want the temperature to come back up, and now I'm gonna reduce it a little bit more once the wine is in. I really wish you could smell this, but just imagine the smells. The aroma is delectable. Now I'm gonna add some of the sinful part, the brown sugar. So what I'll do is just use my fingers to kind of plop some of this in here. It's actually hardened a little bit. And you want to get it in there pretty fast because you got to stir it and you don't want it to caramelize and turn to candy. This is what gives it that sweet, salt, kind of teriyaki flavor. Okay. So I'm gonna taste. I think what I'm gonna do is add a little bit more brown sugar. I want the sweet taste. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put the whole cup in. What the heck? It's Sinfully Good. The aromatic flavors. Gotta have the pineapples. That's what gives it that whole Hawaiian, Asian fusion. Yum. Okay, I'm gonna turn my heat up a little because the pineapples are kind of cold. And I just want this to reduce and cook for at least 5 minutes. And I have that on about medium high. Now, once you go to the Sinfully Good way of eating salmon, you may never go back to your old ways. You're gonna love it, trust me. Now I'm gonna add the salmon. It's reduced down, the flavors are intense. I'm just gonna add in my pieces of salmon all around the sauce, and it's just gonna cook right in the pan. 7 minutes on each side, and the salmon should be ready to go. Okay, so that was about 7 minutes. Now we're gonna turn the salmon over ever so gently. Try not to break it up. Make sure it's nice and coated and covered. That way all the flavors keep cooking through the salmon. You can add roasted vegetables as a side dish, and that's what we're doing tonight. We're gonna make some roasted fennel and roasted beets. Can't wait to do that right after we're finished the salmon. I'm gonna take the salmon out piece by piece, try to keep it whole. I cleaned this plate, so just in case you're wondering. We have a lot of sauce left over. All right, and there you have it. Teriyaki Hawaiian Asian fusion salmon by yours truly, Sita.